Alexander sat by the window of a small wooden house located on the outskirts of a village in Tomsk region. Through the foggy glass, snowdrifts could be seen faintly lit by rare street lamps. The clock on the wall showed 2:30 in the morning, but he had no desire to sleep at all. It all started several months ago when Alexander's friends told him an odd story about supposed walking dead appearing in the area deep into the night. At that time, he just laughed it off as some silly urban myth. But recently, he began encountering inexplicable phenomena himself. For several nights in a row, Alexander woke up from strange sounds outside his home. Metallic scrapes, muffled footsteps, stifled screams. Initially, he attributed them to wind or drunks from the neighboring village, yet soon realized that something was beyond ordinary explanation. Tonight, the noise began earlier than usual. First came a quiet metallic clank, like someone turning a key in a lock, then the sound of broken glass tinkling. A moment later, the hallway light bulb flickered on, bathing everything in yellow light. Fear gripped Alexander. Someone was inside the house. Slowly rising from his chair, he approached the living room door, straining his eyes and ears. Passing by the mirror, he noticed his reflection quiver slightly, as if the very glass itself vibrated. Pulling the doorknob, he heard a low growl coming from somewhere left. His heart raced faster, palms sweating profusely. Trying to maintain control over his emotions, Alexander cautiously peered into the entrance hall. Darkness enveloped everything absolutely, but felt noticeably colder than air elsewhere in the house. In this darkness, he barely discerned a vague human figure holding onto the kitchen door handle. "Hey, who's there?" Alexander called loudly, hoping to hear a familiar voice belonging to one of his neighbors or perhaps an accidental guest. The figure turned towards him. Its facial features were almost indistinguishable except for two bright red dots where its eyes should have been. He swallowed nervously, realizing he faced an unusual creature. "Help," whispered the monster with a low, otherworldly voice. Before him stood not a living person, but a reanimated corpse seemingly ripped straight from a horror movie. Pale skin covered with tiny bruises, clothes hanging in rags exposing grotesque flesh beneath. Running back into the living room, slamming the door shut behind him, Alexander desperately pounded against the glass seeking escape. Sharp shards pierced his palm, blood dripping onto the wooden floorboards. There was a soft click of the lock followed by undead creatures entering the room within seconds. Screaming in terror, Alexander fell to his knees, pressing himself against the wall. Monsters